Hello and welcome to another episode of the Geek podcast. I'm Matlock,
I'm Dax Matlock.
and it's obviously been a while.
It's
It's been a what, 3 months?
about maybe 4 now.
Maybe 4 now. Yeah, it's already tomorrow's October.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, well, don't know. We kind of took a hiatus. Dax went off for the summer, and now we're kind of getting back into the swing of things. And we were just chatting and talking about our comic book shops. And what did you just ask me to ask, Dax?
I asked if your comic book shop, whenever you make your purchase, if they ask you if you want a free comic, and just hand you one that's next to the register.
They don't. So
Yeah.
so they give you a free comic book of their choosing.
Yeah, it's not like I just get a free comic book. It's like they just have a pile of something. My guess is they probably ordered too much of it, or maybe it's just really genius marketing. But I get a free.
It's pretty current stuff.
Yeah, it's current stuff. Like I got the prelude to like this Revolution thing that
yeah, I remember seeing that.
That IDW is doing. So looks like some Transformers stuff. I got something called Miracle Man from Marvel. I got Captain America this week. Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. I haven't read any of the stuff I've gotten just because
it is hard to get just one comic book, because usually they're part of a story or they're a start of a story.
The thing, I think the ones that they give are like, because like this Miracle Man one, it's the annual #1. This Revolution is 00. The Captain America is 24, but I think it's like the start of a new story. So I think their goal is to get you to buy more comics, which is, I mean, why they give out free comics in the first place. But yeah, so it's kind of interesting. But like also, they're not necessarily giving me stuff I want to read. Oh, I did get issue #1 of the Uncanny Inhumans, and I'm actually pretty interested in reading that because I've kind of been looking into getting into Inhumans for a bit. So now that I have that, I might, but we'll see. I also can't afford very many comics, so yeah.
Speaking of not being able to afford very many comics, let's dive into the world of DC Comics and their Rebirth launch. They kind of launched right as we kind of just a little before we took our hiatus, and I started buying everything that started coming out.
Yeah, I'm still kind of buying everything, but starting to make cuts.
Yeah, I started making cuts this month, and there was a couple of things I just never bought. I didn't buy Cyborg.
There were a few storylines where I didn't feel the need to pick them up. Like I think Deathstroke came out with one too.
Yeah, Deathstroke I did not purchase initially, but then when the Deathstroke test footage came out for the new Batman movie, I was like, shoot. So I was like, I'm gonna pick up so I picked up, and I heard the Deathstroke.
I've heard good things about it, but
so I did read the Rebirth issue, and I have I think the issue 1 and 2 still to read. But the Rebirth issue was very interesting, so I am looking forward to reading it. But I shouldn't be, because I've got too many books. Like I'm backed up.
Yeah, last week I haven't read last week's comics, and I haven't read this week's comics. So, and I just caught up, I think, on the week before, just before we started doing this. So I'm still trying to make sense of it all. But yeah, it's tough because they have so many good things coming out. It's hard not to just pick it up.
Yeah, one of the first ones I cut was Flash. Part of that was because the artwork I didn't love. But the I just couldn't get it. I didn't get into the story, so that was a quick one to cut. And then I've cut. I picked up the first issue of Detective Comics, but I knew right away I was cutting that because of Batwoman. I don't like Batwoman. And then Harley Quinn, I bought the first issue of that, but I knew I wasn't going to pick up any additional issues. Cyborg, I never picked up. I was tempted to pick up Cyborg.
Yeah, Cyborg looks like it could be really cool, and like as a kid who grew up watching Teen Titans, the cartoon, like Cyborg was always one of my favorites growing up. So now that he's in the Justice League, I'm kind of like, oh, sick, more Cyborg. But at the same time, I can't afford stuff that I do want to read. So I was like, I can't pick this up, even though it's should be kind of interesting because Cyborg's getting a lot of showtime now. But
so what would you say your top 3 books are right now?
Easily Aquaman, Batman, and Green Arrow.
Yeah, so I would agree with you on those, with the exception of one other one, but yeah.
Yeah, those are like, I wrote a list out that's actually sitting right in front of me that has all of the stories I'm following written out, and then like how many times a month they come out, and then next to that is a check, a question mark, or an X column. So Aquaman, Batman, and Green Arrow, every issue I've been pretty pleased with.
To me, I feel like Aquaman has been the most exciting of all the titles.
Yeah, Aquaman is definitely the one that I've been like looking forward to read out of all of them.
Yeah, when I buy it, I read it right away.
Yeah, like that, like they're doing amazing things with this story. Like Aquaman, like New 52 did a pretty good job of making Aquaman kind of cool, but like Rebirth Aquaman is like awesome. The last issue I read, he got in a fight with Superman. Like that's epic. Like that doesn't, and like he kind of crushed Superman. Like,
yeah, the whole Superman going like pretty much like saying Aquaman stand down, and then Aquaman going like, wait, I don't have to take this. I'm a king.
Yeah.
He's like, these are my people. He's like, step aside, Superman. Or otherwise, or things are about to go down. I'm like, this is a great tension there.
I really like how they're playing
totally believable.
Oh yeah, and they're totally like they're doing a really fantastic job of playing up the fact that Aquaman is kind of a lame, like known as a lame superhero. So I think they're doing a really good job of making him like face that challenge of like the rest of the Justice League is worshipped, but Aquaman's always the outsider. Everyone always is kind of like Aquaman. So they've done the story is just so cool because he's like kind of struggling with that. Like, I'm a king and I don't feel like I'm being treated like I should be. And the government this story, Aquaman, if I had to recommend any DC comic, I would recommend Aquaman as number 1.
I would agree with you. Aquaman is overall probably my top right now. For me, the only where I deviate from your list is I add in Superman, and I add in both Action Comics and the Superman title.
I haven't read any of those, so I couldn't speak to it.
I'm very surprised. I'm more surprised about how much I'm enjoying Superman than anything else. Than even Aquaman. I knew I would like Aquaman, but I wasn't sure about Superman.
Yeah.
But the stories in Superman have been really interesting to me. So yeah, I've been really digging those. So Aquaman, Superman, and Action Comics. When I first get those ones, I want to read those right away. That's how I can tell which titles I love the most, is because I want to read the next one. I'm eager to read so those are on my safe list. Those aren't getting cut anytime soon.
Yeah, Batman, it would take. Batman is like it's been good, but it's also like it's also like they need to pick up a new story arc because
Yeah, well, it seems like they just finished. I don't, you haven't probably read the latest one. I don't know. With the Gotham people, Gotham Girl, and everything.
yeah, I think I'm mostly caught up on that.
Okay, yeah, it seems
I
like
think.
they're going to start a new arc here. Because
Okay.
that was issue 6, I think, that just finished up. That's the nice thing right now is a lot of those first wave of the Rebirth titles. They're on their 6th issue or just finishing their 6th issue. So they're starting a lot of new story arcs. And now's the time to either get in or get out. I did get out on Green Arrow once that story arc ended.
Yeah.
I may have been a mistake, but I did. Because I've been really, the covers on Green Arrow have been enticing me, but I just let it go.
I've really been liking Green Arrow. I've been impressed because like it was one that I thought, because he was one of my childhood heroes, and I thought I probably wouldn't like it for some reason. Mainly because I have like a bad taste in my mouth from Arrow. I really did not like that show.
Yeah.
And it ruined Green Arrow for me a little bit. But this series has been doing a pretty swell job doing him justice, and I like what they're doing going with it. The art's cool. So yeah, Green Arrow's on my keep list for a little bit longer. It might get cut, but I've been enjoying it. Titans has been pretty good too.
Titans has been good, and that's a monthly issue, right? That's a monthly one. Yeah.
I wish it were twice, but also glad it's only one.
Yeah, it's funny what the ones that do come out once a month. Like, I really enjoy the twice a week from just a momentum standpoint, not from a wallet standpoint. But the monthly ones, it feels like, like when a new Titan issue comes, I'm like, man, I feel like it's been like forever since the last one came out.
Yeah.
But so I've gotten used to it twice a week. Wonder Woman, I did let go of Wonder Woman.
Yeah, okay, so I cut. Let's just talk about what I cut real quick. I cut Justice League, Batgirl and Birds of Prey, Batgirl, Wonder Woman, Flash, and Hal Jordan and the Green Lanterns.
Ooh. Okay, Hal Jordan.
And what happened at the comic book store yesterday was that I saw Wonder Woman and Flash, and the covers were pretty cool. And the Flash storyline isn't done with yet. So I figured I'd pick that up. And then I was like, oh, the Wonder Woman cover is pretty sweet. I should just grab it.
Was that the variant cover?
It's the one, I don't know if it's the variant or not, but it's the one with like all the green.
Okay.
Yeah. So it looks pretty sweet. So I was like, well, I'll just go a little bit longer with it. My original plan was end of the month, but then I started budgeting lately, and so I was like, okay, I got to make these cuts now. I just got to shoot the gun on it. But then I was like, I'll just carry it out one more issue and just see how it goes, because they're my favorite superheroes, so I don't want to let Flash and Wonder Woman go.
So are you up to date on Wonder Woman?
I am a week behind, I think. Yeah, I think I'm only a week behind.
The reason I cut it was they were doing the every other issue is like a different story.
Yeah.
So to me, I was like, well, if you're going to do that, I'm just going to wait for the trades. Are they still doing that?
Yeah, they are. And like I've been really enjoying the year one stuff. Because
to me, I'd like to buy just the year one trade. For a second, I was like, maybe I'll just buy the every other issue. But like that could be confusing.
Yeah. So like I've enjoyed doing that, but like I'm not so sure about like just the regular Wonder Woman line that's going on. I don't know, that story is not completely, like, it has potential, but I don't know if it's completely gripped me yet. So I'm gonna give it that a little bit more time, because I really don't want to lose Wonder Woman, but for money's sake, because like the thing is, I got Doom Patrol, which is the sector of like, it's a kind of like DC's side brand called DC's Young Animals.
Young Animals, yeah.
Yeah. Like comics for dangerous humans. So it's really cool because it's really edgy. It's very abstract. And I really like the story. Like the Doom Patrol, because I got it just because like the cover is cool. It's like would be a good one to have, just for collector's sake. And so I got it, but then I read it just now and I was like, oh shoot, this is actually pretty cool. Because everything just kind of doesn't make sense, but it does in like a weird way. So I'm very interested to see how it goes. I don't know if I'll pick up all of the Young Animal comics, but so far, Doom Patrol and Shade, the Changing Girl, those look pretty good. There was like a little preview.
Has Shade come out? Shade hasn't come out yet, right?
No, I think it comes out. It might come out like next week. But
yeah, I didn't pick up Doom Patrol because I'm trying to cut back, so I just didn't pick it up.
Yeah.
But that Shade one looks interesting.
Yeah, they had a preview for it at the end of Doom Patrol, and the concept of Shade seems interesting, and so I'm interested to see what exactly she is and how they go with that. So it seems pretty sweet. I'm looking forward to that. But it also means that I have to start making cuts on other things. You said whenever I cut Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Did you not like the story or
the covers have sucked?
What?
Yeah, the covers have kind of sucked a little bit for Hal.
No way.
Yeah.
The last cover, I think it was the last cover. It's got Sinestro with that Green Lantern hand.
Yeah, no, the one was that like yesterday's issue?
No, it was like I think it was last week.
Okay.
Or the week before last.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like part of me likes it, but then part of me is just like, the story just it doesn't seem very good to me yet. I wish if it were once a month, I would keep up with it. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I might revisit it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I like Green Arrow. In fact, was it this week or last week? I think it was last week. I didn't pick up. I went through issue 6 with Green Lanterns. But this last issue 7 that just came out, I did not pick it up, which was hard to do.
Issue 7 is so cool looking though.
I kind of liked, yeah.
Look at that cover.
That's beautiful. Of Green. No, I'm talking about Green Lanterns.
Oh, Green Lanterns, yeah.
Yeah, no, those Green Arrow covers have been really awesome, which has kind of made me worried that I made a mistake dropping them. But
yeah,
no, Green Lanterns. I dropped Green Lanterns after issue 6. I really enjoyed it more than I thought I would, but again, it became one of those things of I can't buy everyone, and so I might just wait for that on the trades. But I was also, part of me was thinking, you know what? I want a Green Lantern comic book. I don't want it to be Hal Jordan and the Green Lanterns. I want a Hal Jordan Green Lantern comic book. So yeah, I'm kind of using my money to say, you know what? I don't like all these additional Earth Green Lanterns. It's a little excessive. So while I enjoy the characters, ultimately I'd rather just have the one Green Lantern. I'd like to get back to just one Green Lantern.
Yeah, like I understand that because that's mainly like to add diversity to the universe and stuff like that. But
there should only be one Earth Green Lantern, in my opinion.
To me, it's like when they start making these decisions to like get rid of characters or like push them out of the spotlight, still have them, but like they're not like focused. Like I wish they would just create a new superhero. Like sometimes I just wish that they could create a new classic hero, because there hasn't really been that.
Don't make another Flash or another Green Lantern. Make another something that hasn't been invented yet.
Yeah, because like we love, like everyone loves Barry Allen, everyone loves Bruce Wayne. Like, you know, it's like why would you like just change the main character? Like just create a new hero or something, which is why I'm interested in Young Animals, because they're to me, they're fresh characters. I think Doom Patrol's
been around, but yeah.
Doom Patrol's been around, but like
I think Shade's new. I've never heard of a Shade, but yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like the rest of them are new, and like to me, they're completely fresh because I know nothing about them. So I've enjoyed that because it's a reboot of a not as well known series. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, did you pick up Trinity?
I did pick up Trinity.
I picked it up. I haven't read it yet, but I picked it up.
I haven't read it. It was one of those ones I was like, I was so proud because I cut Green Lanterns, and then I was like, oh, but I'm picking up another title.
See, like that's the thing. Like all I'm doing is cutting stuff so that I can pick up other titles. Like,
yeah.
So I'm not
still. Yeah, you're still spending the same amount. It's not.
Yeah, so I'm not really like helping myself out very much, but you know.
Well, new stuff has come out like this week. I ended up picking up Teen Titans came out.
So I didn't pick that up.
I picked up Teen Titans, and I picked up what else came out this week that was new. I guess Suicide Squad. I've been reading that, so I picked that up.
I didn't like the Rebirth title of it, so I haven't been keeping up with it.
That one that might be on my cut list. I originally got it because the movie, and I was curious to see what they're gonna do, and Jim Lee's art was on it. So
yeah,
I don't. What else did I get yesterday? I feel like I picked up a lot more than I wanted to yesterday.
I definitely picked up a lot more than I wanted to yesterday.
I
picked up Batman Beyond.
Was that the first issue just came out yesterday?
Yeah, the Rebirth title of it. So it looks pretty cool.
Got my receipt from yesterday's purchase.
Batman Beyond was like my generation's Batman story, so it's like I kind of feel like a little bit partial to it just because it's what I grew up with as new. So I'm hoping the comic's bad because I don't want to spend more money. But yeah, I had to pick up Detective Comics because of the Night of the Monster Man crossover.
So my store was sold out on Detective Comics. I'm actually glad you reminded me because I need to go find that issue before it's out. Because I
go to the super sketchy place.
Yeah, but Nightwing is on my pull list, and so is Batman. So now I got to get Detective just to complete the story. I hate crossovers.
How much long is it? Just like
it's got to be a short.
I think it might only be these like 3 parts, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
Yeah, I can't spend that much more money.
Yeah, part of me wants to just not get it and just.
One thing I got that I'm kind of excited about is Raven.
I did not pick up Raven.
Oh. I really like Raven.
Yeah. Back to that Teen Titans thing, yeah.
But back to Teen Titans, like she was so cool in the cartoon, and I grew up with that. Like they were the first superheroes I really had experience with on a regular basis. So it's only 6 issues. If it were a full series, I probably wouldn't have picked it up. But since it's just a 6-issue thing, I was like, yeah, I can pick this up. It's no big deal. Plus, it'd be cool to get like a Raven story. So,
yeah. I mean, everything I could tell so far, none of the issues have been bad.
Yeah, there's like, yeah, I don't think I've read anything that I just genuinely didn't like.
Right. There's just been things I like more than the others.
Yeah, there's things that like I just kind of like, and so they get cut. So, because I didn't get sucked in, but it's still good, which makes me want to just keep buying it just because I know it's good. But at the same time, like I think I'm just gonna have to learn to wait for the trades on some of these. But
yeah, so like Harley Quinn, the title of Harley Quinn, that was the #1 selling DC Rebirth title.
Well,
in August.
That kind of makes sense though, because like it came out right as
Suicide
same day as Suicide Squad, same week.
Yeah, same week, yeah.
And so that came out, and then so you probably had a bunch of people, and Harley Quinn is like one of the most profitable characters, I think.
Yeah, she's getting super famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, she's a fairly newish character, not new character, but she's not celebrating her 75th birthday anytime soon.
Yeah, no, she's only like 20 something, I think,
which
right?
Green Arrow just is celebrating his 75th.
Yeah,
birthday.
this is like been the year of 75th.
Yeah, so happy birthday, Green Arrow.
Happy birthday.
But yeah, I mean, speaking of, yeah, you wish comic book creators would create new characters, and you know, some of them are going to fail, but some of them are going to stick. And when they stick, you get something like Harley Quinn.
Yeah, and that was all due to the animated series. So I'm really glad that she stuck around because she's kind of cool. But I'm interested to see the future of the cinematic universe with her.
Yeah, I mean, so apparently this week they announced Suicide Squad passed up Iron Man in the box office to become one of the top 50 highest grossing films.
That's so crazy because that movie was so bad.
So it knocked Iron Man out.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well,
I think
I enjoyed the movie. I know it wasn't great.
It was fun.
It was a fun movie. I enjoyed it, and we haven't even talked about Suicide Squad. I enjoyed the movie. It wasn't a Christopher Nolan Batman masterpiece, but it was fun. I enjoyed the characters. I can totally see where they messed up the original intent of the film and cut the Joker stuff and butchered it. So that kind of is upsetting, but overall, like, I was pleased with the character portrayals. And so I enjoyed it, and I totally get like that movie appealed to teenagers. The hot topic teenager, the whole Joker Harley romance. I mean, that was huge, even though we didn't like that so much, the way they ultimately came out, but people love that stuff. The general audience. I get why it's made a lot of money.
Yeah, like, and I think the thing is that it was one of the most anticipated, like highly anticipated superhero films to come out because, like, I mean, the hot topic teen,
right? Harley Quinn,
you know, Joker. I mean, there's so many of that type of person that was like way too into Harley Quinn, and so it was highly, like, people were really looking forward to that. Even people that didn't like superhero movies were looking forward to Suicide Squad, and so a lot of people saw it opening weekend, and I was, but I just know they had more potential with that movie that they kind of screwed it up.
Right. I'd love to see more of Jared Leto's Joker. I thought he was good. I enjoyed it.
I mean, honestly, this series of Ben Affleck as Batman and Jared Leto as Joker, it's pretty strong. Like, I would rank them pretty high in my favorite all time Batman and Joker.
What I liked about the Joker in Suicide Squad is he was very much the boogeyman. Like, I was just, I'm like, where is he? He's coming. I keep seeing texts from him. He made me anxious. And
and then anytime you saw him, you were just like super uncomfortable and creeped out.
Which is perfect. So
yeah, like, a lot of people had problems with his performance because they were like, it wasn't very good. Everyone holds everyone up to Heath Ledger standards, which I don't think is fair, but it's like, to me, like, in this universe that they're trying to create, he did such a great job, like, being not a fresh Joker, but a known gangster, beat up. Like, they did a pretty good job of him being like, I've been knocked around too many times. Like,
well, you felt this guy could be walking around the streets right now.
Yeah. Super mysterious.
Maybe Mexico, not America, but he could be walking around and he's like a Mexican drug lord.
Yeah, it's kind of how he played off a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, is very cool.
Okay,
I
yeah,
like
so
that.
those Suicide Squad obviously played into a lot of Harley Quinn sales for August, but yeah, it's surprising though. It was a big seller from comic book fans too. So I am curious what I did buy the Rebirth issue of Harley Quinn, but I haven't read it yet. And I haven't read it because I knew I wasn't going to keep collecting it, but maybe I should read it because maybe it's actually really good and I'm missing something.
Yeah, update me on. No, don't. I don't want to know if it's good.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and see, I may never read it just because I don't want to know.
Yeah, just to have it. Yeah, that's such a problem. It shouldn't be like this. Yeah, but it's fine.
And even at $2.99, but you got twice a month, it's out of control.
I wouldn't mind paying $4.99 for once a month.
Oh, speaking of expensive comics, All-Star Batman. Have you picked up that at all?
I haven't. I'm waiting for I told myself I have to wait for the trades on that.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the trades on that. It's funny. Like I see the price tag on that thing, and I'm like, I'll wait.
How much is it? Like, is it $5.99?
$5.99. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I was like, every time I go to the comic store because they have them all. The covers are gorgeous. Like, and it's art, and it's just like they're all the way my comic book store does them is they like stretch out all of the back issues. So you have like a pile of each one. So you get to see every cover and it kills me, man. I look at it and I'm like, oh, like it's just too beautiful. But it's way too much money. I'd rather just buy a book of them all. So, and because like with a story like that, I don't want to have to wait for each issue to come out. I'd rather just be able to sit completely absorbed in that world. And
yeah, I'm still waiting for the Dark Knight 3 to finish up. I mean, that thing should.
Oh yeah, that's right.
A long time ago, but I'm still waiting on issues for that. So until that one's done, I'm not buying any other standalone storybooks. So
yeah, that's a good way to do things. Speaking of comics, have you been keeping up with Scooby-Doo at all? Or
I have been purchasing Scooby-Doo.
That's the thing.
I have not read all the Scooby-Doos yet, but I
am like, I think I'm like four months behind on Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
But I keep buying it because I'm like, oh, Scooby-Doo's in. Like,
yeah, I think issue 5 is what's currently out. Issue 5. So what I need to do though, I need to read up to 5. That way I can read 6 because my hope is at issue 6, it kind of concludes its storyline. I hope it doesn't go longer than 6 because I need to get out. I'm like, why am I spending $3.99? So $3.99 on Scooby-Doo. But the artwork's been cool.
It's been good too. Like that's a thing.
Yeah.
I don't know about
it has been good.
I think I'm behind like 4. I really think I am behind like 4 issues. So
I've only read the first issue, but the first issue was good. It was good enough for me to buy issue 2.
I think I read have I read the second? I might have read the second. Yeah, I've read issue 2. And I really liked it.
Jim Lee's artwork on the covers on those have been awesome too. So I'm buying them for the art. At this point, but I'd like to read this. I like to get caught up quick. That way I can know if I can cut it after issue 6 because that's one I should be cutting.
Did you end up? We both got the Labyrinth title, right?
Yeah, we got the Labyrinth title.
Did you read it yet?
No, I started skimming through it the other night because I was thinking looking at something to pull up and read, but I haven't read it yet.
It's been sitting.
Is it a one-off thing? I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. I hope it's just a one-off because if it's a $10 issue.
Yeah, it's expensive, and there's not much words in it.
There's not much word. The artwork is pretty cool.
Yeah,
I think my guess is that it's only because it's like if it is a long run series, I think that it's just because it's like the 30th anniversary special is the reason why it was $10 because it's like it's printed on like a cardstock cover,
heavy paper. Yeah, like I can barely
so it's like
my bag and boards.
Yeah. So maybe they would knock it. I'd be fine spending like $6 on it, maybe if it's good. But yeah, no, I haven't touched it yet. I've flipped through the artwork and I liked it. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
Speaking of Labyrinth, I got my
Oh, no way.
Funko Pop.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's the Hot Topic exclusive. If you're listening, we also are recording this on our YouTube channel, Geek Pull, so you can see that I'm holding up my Jareth vinyl figure pop. So it's pretty cool. But there's other ones that I would like still yet. There's Sarah and the Worm, which that's pretty cool.
I was talking to, the Sarah and the Worm one is pretty sweet.
Yeah, the regular Jareth is cool too. And then there's Ludo, which is a 6-inch one. And then there's Hoggle.
I was talking to my, when I bought the Labyrinth issue, the guy at the comic book store, he was talking to me about the pops. He's like, have you seen the pops yet? And I was like, yeah, they're pretty sweet. I'm trying to hold myself back on buying one because I can't afford that. But like every time I see one, I almost want to buy it. He was like, let me tell you, dude, there were like people just standing around the comic book store. Like we didn't announce that we had them or anything, but like they saw us placing the Ludos out and they were like, are those for sale? And the guy was like, yeah, like just give me a few seconds to place these out. And they were like all gone.
Yeah, see,
that day.
I've gotten other Funko Pops, and I don't feel like I got to collect them all or anything like that. When I get like one from a series or something.
Yeah.
But this one is so tempting because I feel like I got to have Sarah and the Worm, and I got to have Hoggle, and I got to have Ludo.
Like it's one that I wouldn't mind having the full series on, like, because they're all pretty cool. Sarah's only cool because the worm comes with it.
Right. Sarah's a generic character, but you got to have them all, right? And you got to have that worm. That worm is so cool.
That worm is like the fact that they threw that in there. I laughed so hard and also cried because I was like, I'm going to spend money on this. And yeah.
And so I'm thinking, okay, who else is, Sir Dynamis is missing. In fact, he's probably the main character that's missing.
Yeah, I would be shocked if I hope they don't do any more in that series. I mean, it'd be cool to have more, but like I'd eventually like to own all these and I don't want to have to keep buying them. So
right. Well, I mean, at some point it's got to be limited, but they are missing one major character, I feel like.
Yeah, that is interesting that they didn't throw him in on his dog.
Yeah.
But
And other toy news, I had pre-ordered my Batman Darwin Cook like back in April. We talked about in the podcast a lot. It finally was delayed a lot and it didn't come in until mid-August. So I left it in my package for the longest time, but then last weekend was Batman Day, so I decided I'd open it up in honor of Batman Day. And it is the coolest action figure, I think. It's the Darwin Cook Batman. It's really heavy, and his cape is nice and thick. But
that looks so cool.
He's got a really cool look to him. It's just classic Batman, but it's Darwin Cook, which I love.
Yeah, I've been looking at those figures and I'm trying to figure out. I want to get at least one, but I don't know which one I want.
He stands up on his own really well too. So yesterday, when I got him, I didn't want to get the whole collection. I don't know if I love all of the Darwin Cook figures. Some of them look kind of weird. But I did pre-order the next one in the next series for Catwoman because I thought, okay, well, I can have Batman and Catwoman and just leave it at that because those two would look cool together on a shelf. Because it's Darwin Cook Catwoman, which is awesome. So yesterday I'm in a comic book shop. I'm going up to pay, and I see they have a shelf, and they've got the whole Series 2 lineup: Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, and Catwoman. I'm like, oh, Catwoman's here. So I'm like, do you guys have my Catwoman? I pre-ordered it. And like, no, your pre-order hasn't come in yet, but it should still. I'm like, oh, okay. And they're like, if you want, you can just take that one. I'm like, oh, well, is my other one still coming? They're like, yeah, but I'd probably take that one. So I ended up taking Catwoman. So I got Catwoman. She's still in the box. But
she looks really good.
She's got a really cool look to her. I mean, it's the Darwin Cook Catwoman. It's just, she's awesome looking. She comes with a whip, and she's got her, all in black with her black goggles on. So she looks really good. So she's gonna look good standing next to my Batman on the shelf. So those are my two big toy purchases.
I wish the Flash just looks kind of creepy.
Yeah, they kind of look funny in their eyes.
Yeah. Wonder Woman looks kind of weird too, which is a bummer.
Wonder Woman's really masculine looking. Yeah, I think Supergirl's probably would be my next most interesting one.
I really like the Supergirl one.
She's cool looking.
The Harley Quinn is kind of interesting too.
Yeah, I didn't. Again, not a huge fan of the Harley Quinn in general, but she, yeah, that would probably be the next one. The Green Lantern they have is Stewart, John Stewart Green Lantern. So
yeah, that one's kind of cool. It's very simple looking.
Yeah.
I don't know if I were to buy any of them, I'd probably go with Supergirl or Batman.
Yeah.
But the Adam Strange one looks kind of cool. But
so that one that one didn't come out. It didn't get printed.
It's not okay. Yeah, I wouldn't buy it. But it looks cool.
It got canceled. I wonder how they figure out how to cancel those. But anyway, yeah. So those are my big toy purchases. Also in Toyland, they came out with a couple new Lego sets, which I have not purchased yet. They have a little $30 Ra's al Ghul set. It's got Ra's, Talia, and it's a pretty cool looking set.
Does it have the Lazarus Pit in it?
I don't know if it's actually got the Lazarus Pit.
Because that would be sweet.
It comes with like a little dungeon little scene, so maybe it does come with Lazarus Pit.
Oh, something I got recently was a while ago. I've got 2 mystery minis that I've shown on the show, where you get like a box and you don't know which character is in it. From the DC universe. And last week, me and my friend went to the comic book store together. And so my box had Deathstroke in it, which was pretty cool. But like, I wasn't thrilled about it because like, I think Deathstroke's cool and the figure was cool, but like, and I was happy I got it, but at the same time, I wasn't like super thrilled.
Was it blue and orange Deathstroke or black and orange Deathstroke?
It was blue and orange.
Blue and orange.
Yeah. So it looked really cool. Like his pose was sweet. But then what happened was my friend opened up his box and he said, "Oh shoot, you're gonna be super mad at me." And he pulled out Power Girl.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my gosh. And this happened last time where I pulled out Batman and then he pulled out Martian Manhunter. He just keeps pulling. He's my good luck charm. He pulls out my favorite characters. But he really likes Deathstroke because he's a huge Batman fan and Teen Titans. And so the character is cool. And so he's like, I mean, I could switch with you if you really wanted to. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. Power Girl is super awesome. Like, I don't want to do that to you, man. And he was like, no, like really, I wouldn't mind that much. And I was like, okay, that's fair. So then he gave me nice. Power Girl.
Nice.
And it's pretty cool.
So what's the rarity on Power Girl compared to Deathstroke?
They're actually the same.
Okay.
I think, hold on. I have the box. I don't have the box near me. Yeah, I don't think there was too much difference. I was actually surprised because Power Girl is one of like the just standard, like not as rare characters, which is kind of shocking to me because Like Power Girl, I don't even think she's in a comic right now. So to me, that would have made her more rare. I wish they did, if they just did a Power Girl comic, that would be so cool. Like just a standalone Power Girl, but I'd buy that.
I'm sure they'll bring her back. I mean, there's a lot of JSA characters and those type of characters that they got to bring back into the fold soon.
Yeah, so eventually over time. But yeah, so I'm happy I got her because she's pretty sweet. So
yeah, that's cool. My comic shop doesn't carry those. I keep looking for them, but they don't have them.
I have seen them at like Target before, which is kind of cool. For like the same price as they are at the comic book store, so that's nice. But yeah, they're really cool little figures. I made a rule that we only get one a month, so this was our September. This is our September one. I got one without him in May, I think. So yeah, we'll which was a Harley Quinn one, which I think I opened on the show. So
yep.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. But yeah, so we'll see what happens in October, which one I get. But
stay tuned till October, which is only next month, right? That's next week. Do you get to buy another one next week, or do you have to wait till like 4 weeks from now?
I mean, I'll probably just go ahead and get it next week just to get it out of the way.
Yeah, get it out of the way.
So then by the end of the month, when I'm like looking at my comic book budget and I don't have as much money, I can't say, oh, this can wait a little bit.
Right.
Instead, I'll
prioritizing.
Instead I'll actually be like, oh, I have to cut comics. So, yeah.
Well, this reminds me. I looked up the Batman Lego kit with Ra's al Ghul, and does have a Lazarus Pit.
Sick.
But the other cool one they have is called Scarecrow Harvest of Fear. And it's got Scarecrow in it, but the coolest part about it, it also includes Killer Moth, and it includes Blue Beetle. So those are really fun looking minifigs. And of course it also includes Batman. But which would just reminded me when I saw Blue Beetle, I did pick up the Blue Beetle Rebirth issue, but I did not this week pick up Blue Beetle #1.
Yeah, I picked up the Rebirth issue of that, and I thought it was pretty good. But I'm not. It's not one I'm super attached to reading more.
Yeah,
so
I was looking forward to it because of the whole Ted Cord coming back into the story and everything.
Yeah.
But the other Lego kit they came out with is an $80 kit. It's got a big old Batmobile, which I don't like these kits because I don't want more. I don't need more vehicles. I love more place like buildings and things like that. But it comes with a Killer Croc, which is like a big minifigure, and it comes with Red Hood, Captain Boomerang, and Katana.
Oh, that's a sweet set.
So it's interesting to see them working in the Suicide Squad into their Batman set, Lego sets. So
yeah, that the Captain Boomerang one figure, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So is the Red Hood. Did you pick up Red Hood and the Outlaws?
That's one I did not pick up.
Yeah, I didn't pick it up either. I've heard really good things about it.
I've heard good things about it too, but I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, I wasn't attached to it, so I decided not to pick it up.
Have you been reading the Justice League title?
Yes, I have.
That's one I'm kind of like, I don't know how I feel about it.
So on my list, it's crossed off.
Bum bum bum.
Yeah. I'm gonna wait out because like I've been getting like the really cool covers where like it's just like the singular hero like standing in wreckage.
Right.
So I'm waiting it out until those covers are done with, which I think it's either already done or the next one is going to be.
Yeah, it should be coming up soon because there's 7 heroes. There's Batman. Was Superman counted? Because he's not on the team, but he's. Yeah.
I know for a fact that I have Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Cyborg.
Uh,
I can't remember the rest of them.
So then there would be Flash, Aquaman, and then the 2 Green Lanterns.
Yeah, I think that's right. So
which they may give the 2 Green Lanterns the same cover.
They'd probably put them on the same cover.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see with that. I haven't really been liking the Justice League story.
No, it's too big. Like, what's going on? These people are like zombies, and then they're like these bat things, and then that's the only thing I don't like about some of the Justice League stories. Because they have to come up. They feel like they have to come up with stories that are so like cosmic and huge that they like it's like almost unbelievable or uninteresting because it's like just so out there.
Yeah. No, I feel that. So like the reason I was keeping it was because I was cutting Flash and Wonder Woman and I wanted to like still be involved with those characters. So I was going to hold on to Justice League, but then I picked up Trinity. And so I'm hoping Trinity is good. And so I might just swap out Trinity for Justice League and cut Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see myself cutting Justice League for Trinity. Because I like the more intimate stories and character interactions.
Yeah.
So the big team up kind of stuff, which is why I kind of stayed away from Red Hood and the Outlaws. Because I didn't want to have another team. I already had Titans and Justice League. And so
Red Hood might be one I revisit later when it comes out in trades.
Yeah.
But I also just don't feel like I need to read that. So it's, yeah. But I'm excited to see how Trinity goes.
Well, do you have any other Rebirth?
I don't think so. I think it's kind of it for me on the Rebirth stuff. I'm cycling through to see what I have stacked up. Yeah, no.
Yeah, Rebirth has been a great start. So gives me a lot of hope.
I'm glad because it's gotten a lot of people into comics again.
Supposedly they just count with the numbers, and DC has become one of the top publishers, but they did it without the sacrificing other publishers' sales as well, which means they brought in a lot of new buyers.
Yeah,
or they brought back a lot of buyers. So that's a good thing for the comic book industry as a whole, because they're bringing in new people to the shops. So
yeah, and like it helps that the stories have been all good. So no matter what you pick up, if you're interested in it, you're gonna like it. So
yeah, it'll be interesting how these things maintain after these first 6 series issues start coming in. Sometimes things start to slow down, or they start changing creatives and stuff like that, and usually they kind of put their best foot forward. But so far so good.
Yeah.
Speaking of so far so good, so far not so good, did you see The Killing Joke?
I did see The Killing Joke. Did you not like it?
I liked it. I liked half of it. Let's put it that way.
Okay, so spoilers? Are we gonna throw in?
We got it. We're going into spoiler territory.
Okay, so we're going into spoiler territory. So if you don't want to know, get out. So or well, see you later.
Yeah, come back later. Watch Killing Joke and come back later. It's worth watching. I enjoyed watching it.
I can't believe you didn't like it.
I
can't believe it. It got a lot of bad. It got a lot of bad reviews. Like a lot of people didn't like it.
Yeah, to me, there was only one thing I didn't like about it, but it really tainted a lot of the movie for me. And that was the whole Batman having sex with Batgirl.
Yeah, that was weird. I was like, I don't know about this.
that I don't get that. I don't understand why they did that or why they felt like they needed to do that. It made no sense.
Yeah.
It
Like,
was totally counter to their characters. Um, it's like Nightwing or Dick Grayson and Batgirl are a thing.
yeah. And
But
like,
Batman cutting into that, anyway, that to me tainted it. Like when that happened, I was like, wait, what? Why? And so then they kind of just riffed off that a couple times throughout the movie.
like I would have been fine with it if that was something where like there had been a ton of building up tension, like if it were in a comic book storyline and there was like building tension between the two of them, but
yeah, no,
even
it's
then,
totally out of the blue.
but it's like totally like it's just like like I feel like they kind of made it like whenever I saw it happen, I was like, okay, well, I kind of saw something like this coming just because like there was like building like her like wanting more trust and all this stuff, but at the same time I was like, I don't like that they did this.
Yeah,
but I'd
for me,
also
the
just
whole
like,
time, that the whole building of trust thing, it was like Supergirl was more like a daughter or a younger person towards Batman. He was like the older mentor.
yeah, so it's just kind of
I
like,
felt like it had more of that relationship.
yeah, yeah,
And
it was kind of creepy because like you think like to her backstory and you're like Batman watched her grow up and like all this stuff, so it's just a little weird.
yeah, it's totally weird. So
Yeah, but like aside
yeah, so if you take that out though, I love the back half of the movie. That actually was
and
the
like
killing
even
joke.
like the villain stuff that they did add in, or like the what was the
The
bad guys?
prologue. Oh, the yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, like just like the first like what was it, like 30 minutes of the movie that they added in. I like that stuff. I thought it was a good like,
Yeah, that was totally worth doing. It extended the story, so that was good, except for the part where they, Batman and Batgirl did it. But
yeah, you take out the sex.
you take that out, it was a good movie, and that's what frustrates me. It's like I don't know why they put that in there because just it doesn't make sense in any way whatsoever.
It didn't add anything
Did
to
not
the
add any,
story.
did not add anything.
Yeah, it just
Surely they
it
had to
just
know
made
that.
Batman seem like a jerk, honestly. Like I just
Yeah,
looked at,
like he just took advantage of Batgirl. He took
yeah, and
advantage of
then
the
like just
situation.
left her out to dry. Yeah, I didn't like that. But
Yeah, it's just totally
yeah.
weird. And like who creatively thought that that was a good idea and thought that hey, people will like this direction because it totally goes against who Batgirl is.
Yeah.
Uh, Batgirl and Nightwing have a thing. They're they're
Yeah.
they're the couple. Um,
And like Batgirl's like she's a representative of like the females in power in the DC universe. Like, I mean, like, look, my cup has girls rule and it's got Supergirl, Wonder
yeah,
Woman, and then Batgirl on it. Like Batgirl is part of like the femme fatale stuff that they have where it's like, yeah, like go woman, like you guys are strong and you stand up for yourselves. And that just like totally made her look weak, insecure, like not Barbara Gordon. Like it was
yeah,
kind of frustrating.
yeah. Like Barbara Gordon should be like she's very intellectually strong. She should just be self-esteem strong.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't need to play her being weak as part of that story.
Yeah.
Or under Batman's shadow anyway.
Because the Joker makes her weak at the end of it. So it would have
Yes,
been cooler.
they
So
would
it
have
would have
been
been
cool.
cooler to have her super strong.
Like Batgirl, awesome. She's kicking butt. She's doing all this stuff. When whoa, Joker just took her out.
Yeah, yeah. So, but aside from that whole issue, they did the book justice.
They did the book the last half of the movie. They did the Killing Joke, and they did it very well.
Like that.
It was creepy seeing some of those Killing Joke panels being animated.
Yeah, and like
and it was
some people didn't really like the animation style on it. I could see that, but also like I didn't mind it. Like I thought it was good.
I didn't think it was that different than most DC films. So
I mean, the thing is, the credits rolled, and I was by myself in my room, and as soon as the credits started rolling, I said out loud, "That was awesome." Like they ended that like. I mean, they did the book they didn't add anything to the book part of the story.
Right.
It was like word for word. Like it was literally just they animated it. Like I was really happy with that aspect. Because part of me was worried. I was like, I hope they don't like try and change the story to add length.
Yeah, I was worried that they were going to add a lot of fluff in the middle of that story. But
they kept that.
Yeah, the ending, I need to rewatch it. To me, it didn't. I don't know if it was hearing Batman laugh that was kind of weird. Like I know he laughs in the comic book, but you're reading his ha ha ha.
Yeah, the ending.
Batman.
The ending in the movie wasn't as powerful as it was in the comic book.
Right, because they didn't do the whole focusing on the beam thing of light,
which I was shocked about because that's like.
Yeah, that's like
so symbolic of the story.
That part I didn't care for the ending so much, like the very ending. Batman's laughed, and then them not focusing on that beam of light and going out.
It just started raining, and that was it.
Right.
But I mean, the rest of it was so good.
Yeah,
Mark Hamill did a great job.
Yeah, he was really good. He was really creepy. Yeah, I wish they took that one scene out. I almost feel like they did it just to make it rated R.
Yeah, but even then, like that's not really rated R material anymore because they didn't like show anything that
they didn't show anything.
They didn't show anything that wouldn't be shown in a PG-13 live action movie. So yeah, but you know, overall I enjoyed it. I probably won't watch it again. Maybe I might, but in like a couple of years.
I might watch it again this soon.
Actually, my roommate hasn't seen it and he really wants to watch it, so I'll probably watch it again with him.
Yeah. I might watch it again with a take, knowing that okay, I know it's coming. I know back because that thing really that when that happened, like for the next 15 or 30 minutes in my mind, I'm just thinking about that, going, why did they do that? So I kind of tainted some of the rest of that for me. So
yeah, go back and rewatch it.
Yeah, I still got to watch the bonus stuff that was on that disc. Oy. Yeah, I like the DC documentary bonus stuff that they include on their Blu-rays. I don't know if you've ever watched any of that stuff, but
I think good. I did on Batman vs Superman. Which, oh yeah, let's talk about that. The Ultimate Edition, so good.
Oh yeah, I like that.
So good.
They gave Superman a lot more motivation, and to me, it added
Lex Luthor.
To me, it added the Superman story. It beefed up Superman.
Yeah, it beefed up Superman. Like it made like I liked Lex Luthor. I liked Lex Luthor. That's hard to say. Yeah. I liked him in just the theatrical release of it. I thought he was cool and creepy, but like at the same time, all of his motives weren't exactly clear. I think the Ultimate Edition did a good job of adding in stuff where you could actually see him pulling strings and really formulating this, because there was just a few more dialogue bits where you could see him actually making an effort to cause disruption in the universe. So
right.
Yeah, that I'm so mad they didn't release the Ultimate Edition like in theaters, because it wouldn't have gotten any of the hate. I feel it might have gotten a little bit, but like my dad, when he watched it, he said it was like watching a different movie.
Yeah, I mean, it smoothed out so many things, and it made Clark Kent Superman's story much more compelling, and he was actually doing reporting work. He was doing investigating reporting on Batman, which was made some of his tensions and the things that he was feeling more understandable and believable.
Yeah.
It was a much. I feel like if your movie's already 2.5 hours, I don't know why cutting it 30 minutes is going to help you at the box office.
Yeah, because like in reality, people are gonna see Batman vs Superman beat each other up. Like,
yeah, I mean they did 3-hour
length.
They did 3-hour Hobbit movies, 3-hour Lord of the Ring movies, and those did really well.
Yeah, like to me, like the length of a movie in a theater doesn't. I don't particularly look at that, unless it's like a movie I don't want to see, and I'm like, well, how long is it? You know. But I mean, overall, like the length of a movie within a theater doesn't affect me. When I'm at home deciding on something to watch,
sure.
Like I always, for whatever reason, I really want to go back and rewatch Peter Jackson's King Kong, just because I remember loving it so much as a kid. But I also don't have the patience to start watching that.
I feel that way with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. See, my roommate, he hasn't seen any of them. So,
but you know,
or any of the Star Wars movies. So it's like yeah, I know that one really bothers me. It's hard being his friend.
Is your roommate a girl?
No.
Oh.
Well, he could be, but you never know. Yeah, no.
Not that girls don't watch Star Wars. But
yeah, that was what was that comment?
It's more understand. Like I mean,
yeah, like
more
when I hear
women who don't Star Wars,
yeah, it's like it's not like as big of a deal for whatever reason, just because like guys tend to be more nerdy in that field. So yeah. But so for whatever reason, he hasn't seen it. So I brought my Lego Star Wars games with me to school, but because he was bringing his PS3 and I have a PS4, but it's not backwards compatible, and the games are on PS2 discs. The PS3 can play that. We're waiting for his mom to ship us the PS3. But our plan is to like watch a Star Wars movie, play the episode through on Lego. Yeah, and so the plan is to go through it that way, because that'll be really fun. Or just binge all of Star Wars and then binge the game, because I remember doing that with my dad when I was a kid when those games came out, and it was awesome.
You got to binge through Star Wars so you can watch Rogue One and have some.
Yeah, it's definitely something we're planning on doing before Rogue One comes out, which looks so good. The most recent trailer that has Darth Vader at the end, I just like went in my room. Like it was. Oh man.
The next trailer is supposed to be coming out with when Doctor Strange is released. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah, part of me with Darth Vader being shown in that trailer, like part of me wishes they had just kept him under wraps. Like, because everyone kind of knew Darth Vader would be in this movie.
Yeah, like wait to see him when you're sitting in the theater, right?
Yeah, like because like everyone knew, like it wasn't really a question. Like everyone would have been severely disappointed if Darth Vader wasn't in this movie. If we're on the Death Star and we don't get to see Darth Vader, like being Darth Vader, like that would have been a real bummer.
That would have been an awesome moment to be in the theater. Had no signs of Darth Vader come out. Of course, by that time, toys are going to be leaking out, so it would have been leaked. But it would have been very cool to be in the movie theater full of Star Wars fans, and all of a sudden Darth Vader makes his appearance for the first time.
I mean, like it's still going to be epic. Like it's still going to be really cool. But it would have added a little bit more magic. But I'm happy with.
The whole Rogue One story is a brilliant story to go back and be able to do a Star Wars story that's not part of the saga, but still include Darth Vader and to bring him back into the fold.
And I like it because like there are a ton of characters that were like more minor. Well, they were major characters, but like because like their actual power within the universe was pretty big, but they themselves weren't like drawn to as characters. And so it's cool to have them, like characters that you've seen on screen before, them actually like have dialogue and like you get to know them a little bit better. So I'm really excited for Rogue One.
Yeah.
I mean, anything Star Wars, I'm going to be pumped for. So
it's going to be a good fall and December. So we got Rogue One. We've got Doctor Strange.
There's Doctor Strange.
There's some there's a Warner Brothers film coming out in November. I cannot remember the name of it.
Okay, I just pulled up.
I haven't been to the since Suicide Squad.
There's a new Batman animated movie coming out called Return of the Caped Crusaders, and it's like a 1966 Batman.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I'm really excited about that.
That's voiced by Adam West and Burt Ward.
Yeah, it's going to be so cool. I can't wait to see that. I might, because they're doing like a one night in theater thing, the same way they did with Killing Joke on October 10th. So I might try and go catch that because that would be pretty sweet. But yeah, so you got that, and then Doctor Strange. And then in November, you have the new Harry Potter movie coming out. Well, not Harry Potter, but Harry Potter universe.
Right.
Fantastic Beasts. That looks so good. They just came out with a new trailer for that yesterday. There's a movie coming out this week. Not nerd related, but
Peregrine?
No. Oh shoot, does that come out this week?
That comes out tomorrow, Friday.
Oh,
October.
I don't know how I feel about that, because like I've heard it, like just from the trailers, people already know it's super different from the book.
Yeah, I read something the other day that said this is there's from a Tim Burton fan who said this is the best Tim Burton movie since Sweeney Todd, and they're saying it's basically Tim Burton, like he's back.
Okay, that's awesome. I've watched Corpse Bride.
I'm sure there's some differences in the story from the book, because there always is. But
yeah,
as far as a Tim Burton film, though, it sounds like this is a good Tim Burton film.
Yeah, I recently watched Corpse Bride this week, which got me excited for just Halloween time and Tim Burton. Like, I just love Tim Burton. So I'm excited. I'll probably go see it anyways, or I might just wait for it to be in DVD because it's kind of hard to spend money on movies nowadays as a college student. But at our like indie theater nearby, there's this movie called Operation Avalanche coming out. And it's like a historical fiction piece, but it's like super, like it's really fiction. But it's about like people finding out that NASA can't fly people to the moon, and so they make a movie about going to the moon. So it's kind of a play on the conspiracy theory that the moon landing was just televised, and it looks really good. Me and my friends have plans on seeing it this weekend. It looks pretty sweet.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome. So it's called Operation Avalanche. I don't know if it's going to be good or not, but it's won a few awards at film festivals and should be pretty good, at least worth a see.
Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff still to come out, probably and less blockbustery type movies, but the fall's usually a good time for good films and storytelling for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, I think that's it for this episode of the Geek Pull podcast. Join us next time. We will be talking more about geek related things, probably some more movie news and stuff like that, some rumors that have been going on and floating around, and we'll get caught up on our New 52 reading. We'll talk some more details about that.
Rebirth reading.
Gosh, I keep saying New 52.
Boo.
For the past 5 years. Okay, Rebirth.
It's fine.
Rebirth. Maybe I'll have a new Lego set. Who knows?
That'd be so funny. I would laugh really hard. Yeah,
because I need more Legos.
Yeah, you do. Hey, you gotta collect them all, right?
Right. I bought a thing to put my minifigures in, and as I put them in, I realized there's a lot more spaces left, so I need to fill them up.
Anyway, that's awesome.
Be sure to check us out on YouTube at Geekpole. Visit geekpole.com. Find us on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter.
Yep.
So I'm Jonathan Matlock.
I'm Dax Matlock.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.